Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Vault. My name is Rob. We're going to talk about movies as always. I haven't had an episode of my watch list in a long time. I want to say July, August, September, October, November. It's like 5 months worth of stuff. We're going to go through July, August and September in this episode. We're going to chat about everything I watched. A lot of streaming and a lot of cinema visits. But let's just jump right into it and check out what I watched in July. First one up was a trip to the cinema. We went to see Inside Out 2, and I have to say, I did enjoy this one. I haven't seen the first one. It was a fun time. Inside Out 2, I can recommend that one, guys, if you have not seen it. Really, really good. I believe Emma Stone was the voice of Anxiety or something. That was really, really funny. Really funny characters. Kids film, but I think you would enjoy it if you went to see it. Another cinema trip for the next movie. I got to go to a special preview screening of the Osgood Perkins movie Longlegs. I have since picked up the 4K Steelbook. It's lovely. You would have seen it in the recent haul. This movie was brilliant. I loved it, guys. Michael Monroe, I thought, was brilliant in it, and as is Nick Cage. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Great stuff. Really enjoyed Longlegs. You kind of get the Silence of the Lambs vibes from the Michael Monroe character, the FBI agent. I love that they hold off kind of showing you Nick Cage, what Longlegs looks like. That was really, really good, guys. If you love a good horror thriller, Longlegs is one for you. Another cinema trip up next, guys. We went to see Maxine, the end of the trilogy there, the Ty West trilogy. Ty West, right, is the director, I believe. What can I say about this one? I did like it. I just felt like it was probably the weakest of the trilogy. I really enjoyed X and Pearl. They were really, really good stuff. Personally, I feel it's not the best out of those three movies. But again, if you're a fan of horror and you want to finalize that trilogy and check out Maxine, I do recommend that you give that one a watch. Physical media, guys, I finally had a chance to check out The Nice Guys. I'm sorry, I'm trying to where can I get this where it's not in a glare? There we go. Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe, The Nice Guys. Phenomenal movie. Love it. Really, really good. Really hilarious kind of buddy cop movie. I really liked it, guys. Who directed this one? Shane Black directed this one. There you go. Love the guys. Russell Crowe is brilliant in this as well. Yeah, if you want something like a bit of comedy, action comedy buddy cop movie, The Nice Guys is definitely one I can recommend as well. Next one was a streaming watch. We checked out the movie called Kodak Chrome from 2017. I believe it was Netflix. Father-son, the son hasn't spoken to the father is dying. The father was a famous photographer. Ed Harris plays the father and Jason Sudeikis plays the son. Elizabeth Olsen is in there as well as the carer for Ed Harris's character. And the kind of story of the movie is there is a film lab or a photography shop that's closing down, and this is the only place in the US that can develop Kodak Chrome film. The kind of dying wish or whatever of the Ed Harris character is for the son to go on a road trip with him and get these rolls of Kodak Chrome film he shot over the years developed. And it's one of those kind of it was okay. I just felt it was a little bit predictable in the end when the father kind of dies and, what's on those rolls of film. You could call it, you could see it coming. But nonetheless, I'd say worth a watch if you sound like you're interested in that. Another cinema trip, guys. Again, this was back in July, so bear with me. We watched the South Korean kind of horror film Sleep. Brilliant stuff. I really love this one, guys. Really, really good. I guess the gist of it is a newlywed couple are plunged into this nightmare kind of, scenario where the husband begins to sleepwalk, or what's going on, what is happening, is the house haunted, is he sleepwalking, is there something else at play? It's really good. I really enjoyed it, guys. I can recommend that one if you are a horror fan. Definitely do it if you are not put off by subtitles. I say this every so often in the videos. Please do. Sleep is definitely one to check out, guys. I believe it's already out on physical media. I'm looking forward to checking it out again and picking it up and adding it to the collection. Next one up, guys, we checked out the DVD of Y Tu Mama Tambien. This is a film, I guess it's been kind of on my list for a while. I wanted to see it. It's from 2001. Alfonso Cuarón, I believe, is the director. We watched it here. It's actually downstairs, but I'm too lazy to walk down and get the DVD to hold up for you guys. I kind of watched it and I thought like, oh, I don't know if I like that or not. I'm not too sure. And now that I'm a couple of months removed from watching it, I think I would like to give it another watch and kind of see what I think on a second watch. Spanish movie Y tu mama también. One final streaming watch in July, we checked out a documentary called Remastered, the Miami show band Massacre. The Miami show band was a show band here from Ireland years ago, back in the like 60s, 70s definitely. During the Troubles here, there was a car bomb put in the van of the band. Members of the band were killed, and it was just a really interesting documentary. I believe it was on Netflix, about the political scene at the time in Ireland and how the members of the band were affected, who was responsible essentially. I do love a good Netflix documentary and a Mortar documentary and all that stuff, which we will see coming up here in this watch list, guys. I do enjoy a good music documentary as well, so if that sounds like something you might be interested in, do check out. It's called Remastered, the Miami show band Massacre. So we kicked off August with, yet again, I apologize guys, another streaming watch, but this is a movie I had never seen. 2001's The Pledge. Jack Nicholson is in this one. Oh my god, guys, I have to check my phone here because there's a really good cast on this. It's directed by Sean Penn. I was really kind of surprised at that, but Jack Nicholson is in there. He is fantastic. Benicio del Toro is in there. Patricia Clarkson is also in there as your kind of main cast. You have Aaron Eckhart in there as well. That's kind of everybody who stands out to me in the cast. Essentially, retiring detective, you know, the typical kind of he's about to retire, but there's a child killer on the loose kind of thing, and he will not give up. Interesting. I did like it. I felt it was a little bit long run time, if I remember correctly. How long is it? It's 2 hours 4. Yeah, not too bad. I kind of felt when we watched it, it was a little bit too long, but The Pledge, another one. If you're a fan of Jack Nicholson or love one of those kind of detective thrillers, then that's another one for your list. Cinema trip, guys, for my birthday, but I have since picked up the physical media. Again, I'm looking forward to checking this one out, and there's a little mark on the cover. What the hell? Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved this. It was brilliant. The opening of the movie was fantastic. Yeah, to the NSYNC song. Spoiler, when he dances around with the Wolverine corpse. I loved it. Even my girlfriend got a laugh out of this one, guys. Really, really good. I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. I can't wait to watch the 4K to revisit this one. Big fan of Deadpool. Love it. Good stuff. Deadpool and Wolverine. We streamed another kind of horror thriller one, guys. The Black Phone from 2021. Ethan Hawke is in there. Let me just double check. I'm not missing out any other major cast, am I, on this one? Not that I can see. Scott Derrickson directs. I have a couple of Scott Derrickson horrors in the collection here in the physical media. Black Phone was an interesting one. I thought it was really, really interesting to see Ethan Hawke in that kind of villain role. Really good, interesting stuff. A little bit predictable towards the end of the movie, like this story and the plot wise and stuff. But otherwise, I did enjoy it. It could be one to add for your horror list, maybe for next year's October, if you're taking part in 31 Days of Horror or 13 Days of Horror, anything like that. The Black Phone would be one I would check out. Early on, I mentioned I love a good Netflix murder kind of disappearance, kidnapping documentary. Perfect Wife. Let me get this right because it's a bit of a mouthful. This the title of this one. Perfect Wife: The Mysterious Disappearance of Sherry Papini. It's one of those kind of, you know, the wife vanishes. What went on? It, you know, there's always a twist in there. I really love those Netflix kind of documentaries, guys. You know, because I say it every episode here. Yeah, it is one I could recommend. Again, if you like that kind of thing, you know, I think you would enjoy Perfect Wife. Another physical media watch, guys. We checked out a DVD, and it is, once again, it's downstairs, and I refuse to bring it up to hold it because I despise this movie. We watched Mulan Rouge, and I did not like it at all. Bad. I don't really like musicals anyways, but, you know, I do love Blues Brothers, though. That's a staple of my childhood right there. But Mulan Rouge, no, was not for me at all. As soon as they started singing Smells Like Teen Spirit, I was like, oh my god, no. Wasn't for me, guys. Cannot recommend Moulin Rouge. Thumbs down from me on that one. Next one up, it was another Netflix music documentary, that Remastered series as well. This was a documentary called Massacre at the Stadium about the musician Victor Jara, or Jara, I believe, from Chile. He was a musician and an activist, and you know, in that kind of whole political situation where a bunch of people were taken to the stadium and essentially massacred. That's kind of what the documentary is about and kind of settles on. It's a short one, guys, only like an hour and change. I'm repeating myself, but I do like those music kind of documentaries and those docs. I think they're quite informative, and I do like those kind of ones. Physical media up next, guys. Again, I checked out a DVD that I picked up in CEX a good while back, the Foo Fighters live at Hyde Park. It's a DVD. I don't have it with me because I have moved house since, even though this looks kind of similar to the previous room and I've set it up almost exactly. What I have here with me in the new house is just Blu-ray and 4K, no DVD, so I haven't got the disc to hold up. But Foo Fighters live at Hyde Park. I believe I picked it up in a CEX somewhere. We were down the country for a day and randomly came across it for a couple of quid, and I like the Foo Fighters, so I checked it out. And if you like the Foo Fighters, then you would like that one as well. Cinema trip, guys. We went to see Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. I thought I saw the trailer for this and I was like, whoa, they've played this trailer off like, is Josh Hartnett the killer, or is he the cop? He's at a concert with his daughter. Is he the killer because they're trying to trap a killer at the concert? What is going on? That's what I got from the trailer. And then we went to see the movie and I did enjoy it, but it just like the end. There's a lot of movies where I really enjoy them and then they hit the end and I'm like, what were they thinking? No, like that was not a good idea. Trap was this like swerve at the end. Some of them predictable and some of them quite annoying. Good idea, and I would like to see it again to see if I feel the same now. A couple of months removed from watching it. We went to see it in August. I did like it. I liked the idea, but the end I wasn't a fan of at all. Another cinema trip, guys. We actually went to the Irish premiere of Alien Romulus. I was so excited for this one, and again, it was another one that I just felt let me down. I loved the first hour or so of the movie, and then it was a greatest hits and rehashing the same thing over and over and over that they've done before in all of the previous Alien movies. Yeah, I'm just not too sure. I'm not too sure, to be honest, guys. I loved the first half. I thought it was great. There's characters in there that were really, really good and really interesting. Then it just took a turn for me at about the hour mark, and actually people stood up and left like an hour into the movie at the premiere, which was not a good sign for me at all. I guess they knew something I didn't know because they left at the right time. For me, it just like got worse and worse the longer it went on, and that's kind of as much as I can say, guys. It's a 50-50 for me. I liked the first half and I liked some stuff, and I didn't like the second half and the end to the movie. Criterion, guys, I picked up a 4K, but we watched the Blu-ray actually before I moved down here of Risky Business, Early Cruiser, Rebecca De Mornay in there as well. Loved this one. Really, really cool. Really great to see the Cruiser early on in his career. Paul Brickman writes and directs this one. Tangerine Dream score was really interesting as well. I thought that was quite good. I can recommend this one, guys. I really love it. He's like a college student, and you know, he needs money, right, is essentially the gist of this, to get into a course or whatever. And he sets up a risky business. That's it. It's all in the title, guys. I can recommend this one, guys. Love the Cruiser. Highly recommend Risky Business. Another physical media, guys. This was another CEX pickup, the Kurt Cobain doc montage of Heck. I had seen this before. This is the one with the kind of animations and stuff in it there. This is brilliant. Brett Morgan directs this one. Again, I was a big fan of Nirvana. You know, again, I got into them like Kurt had already passed away and stuff when I was younger. But yeah, I can recommend this one, guys. I loved Cobain montage of Heck. Another streaming, another murder doc, guys. The Murder of Air McNair. I believe it was called. It's an Untold. It's kind of a sports series called Untold. I think on Netflix. And the Murder of Air McNair. I believe was a football player, and yeah, I mean he was murdered, and it's a doc about that. You know, sometimes there's not a lot more I can say about those docs, but I did enjoy it. Sometimes I feel it's kind of a short one, that they like maybe kind of skim over like details, or I don't know. I just felt there could have been more information, or apparently there is more information that was left out of the doc. So sometimes you get that with those murder documentaries. Another stream and watch, and the final one for August, Bridesmaids. We watched Bridesmaids, which is hilarious. I loved it. I hadn't seen it in a good while. It's really, really good fun. Kristen Wiig, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She is brilliant. Love it, guys. Absolutely. If you want a fun time, Bridesmaids, that's the one for you. We're into September now, guys. Vatican Girl is another disappearance kind of doc. I thought this was so interesting. How can somebody who lives in the Vatican City, which, you know, is kind of like, you know, is closed off from the rest of Rome, how can someone just disappear? And the cover up and stuff that was involved. It's a couple of episodes. I can't recall exactly how many. But again, if you like those disappearance Netflix murders, then absolutely Vatican Girl. Check that one out. Really, really good. Really interesting stuff. Another Netflix series, guys, I checked out, Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey, about a kind of like an offshoot in the fundamentalist church, Latter-day Saints, all that kind of stuff. And in particular, like the guy who kind of rose to power, I guess, within that church. Very interesting, very strange. Who am I to talk? I love those docs. Sorry guys, I'm repeating myself over and over. Very interesting. I love checking them out to see what the story is. Another one, I apologize. American Murder, Lacey Peterson. I had seen a different documentary about this before, and I thought, like, I think this was a more up-to-date one, so I thought there might be more details. I believe there kind of was, but wasn't really. Again, I've seen it before, and if you're interested in those murder docs, you would probably like American Murder, Lacey Peterson. If there's one definitive streaming recommendation you come away from this video, it is Rebel Ridge. This movie is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I don't know. I just saw some buzz online about it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this. And I did, and it was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed it. Jeremy Saulnier is the director, and you have Aaron Pierre in the lead role there. Don Johnson is in there, and Anna Sophia Robb. They're kind of the main cast in this one. It's basically like a former Marine is coming into a small town to kind of bail out his, I think it's his cousin, something like that, or a brother, and, you know, the corrupt sheriff and the corrupt kind of police force. It's brilliant. I just don't want to say any more, guys. I highly recommend giving this a watch, Rebel Ridge. Please do check that one out. If you give any streaming a watch, Rebel Ridge, that's the one. Who Killed Robert Wone? I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I have seen a doc or a podcast about this before. It was interesting. I think it was a podcast. It was interesting to see the doc and see the physical, what they were talking about, and what happened. Again, if you like a murder doc, then check out that one. You will like that. Cinema trip. We went to check out Beetlejuice. I loved Beetlejuice as a kid. I have a Beetlejuice tattoo. I love Beetlejuice, and I went to see Beetlejuice in the cinema, and I kind of came out a little bit like, okay, was that it? And I really want to give it a rewatch, and I think it's out on physical media like within a few days of this video going up, or like the week this video was going up. Yeah, I just think I got distracted in the cinema. There was like a couple over there, they were talking blah, 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 through the film. There was people over here kind of talking, and I just got distracted, and it annoyed me, and I really want to give it a watch again. But I do remember coming out feeling like I wish Monica Bellucci had a bit more to do in there. She didn't really have a lot to do. Spoilers, I don't like how they kind of had the father character in there. I believe the actor has passed away. His name escapes me right now. And I didn't really like how what they did with that character, essentially. But, you know, needed in the plot of the movie, I guess. But yeah, Beetlejuice. Can't really recommend or unrecommend or not recommend until I watch it again. JFK, Destiny Betrayed, another doc. I love JFK. I was obsessed with the assassination when I was younger, and I will watch a doc about it, no problem, all day, every day. And again, interesting stuff. I'm fascinated by all of that, and the documents and things that people uncover and the conspiracy theories. Really interesting stuff. Physical media, DVD, guys. It's downstairs. I'm upstairs. I'm sorry, I'm lazy. Little Miss Sunshine, I had never seen, and I really enjoyed it. It was really funny. Really fun time. Hilarious stuff. Really, really good. I can recommend that one. Last but not least, a cinema trip, guys. I'm sorry, the physical media was like a little bit lower in the past. In those 3 months in particular, we're talking about up to September. We went to the cinema to check out The Substance. I was like, whoa, what is this? And it was brilliant. Really, really loved it. Demi Moore was phenomenal. Margaret Qualley, is it? Qualley. Great stuff as well. It's and like Dennis Quaid. Oh, it's brilliant. And the wide angle kind of lenses they use, similar to kind of what I'm using here. Oh, it's just like it's great. If you are grossed out, though, it's probably not one for you. It kind of just goes for it, full blown horror in the kind of final act, and yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think there was a cool kind of synthy score that I liked as well. The Substance, absolutely 100% recommend. Whew. There you go. That was 3 months of everything I watched. July, August, September. I'm going to come back with another one at some point, guys, because we have to talk about October. And we're currently in November as of filming this video. So I will be back with another one. Please, as always, jump in down below. Let me know what you think of what I watched. I'd love to hear your watch recommendations, guys, coming out of those kind of summer months, heading towards the autumn. I really love hearing from you guys and what you are watching, what you recommend to me. Please, guys, stay safe, and I will talk to you on the next video.